everybody, it's me, Jill. Welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 9, Episode 7, Eat, Drink, and Be Married. All right, I'm going to be watching the show as I film, so let's get started. This episode opens with Erica, Jane, and Mikey talking to her, I guess, costume designers, because she is going on a 15-city tour for Erica Jane, and she's already sold out for Chicago. Woo, woo. No, I'm not going. I didn't help sell it out. But I actually would love to go to one of her shows. I think it would be very entertaining. So yeah, she's all excited, and the costumes look pretty cool. So next, Kyle, Dorit, and Teddy are shopping for a wedding gift for Denise. I think Dorit said, I don't even know her taste. And Teddy said, all I know is she likes tequila. So then Kyle fills them in about the dinner she had with Vanderpump and Denise and Aaron, and how Denise kept talking about the size of his penis. Oh my God, we're never going to get away from that either. This season is going to be all dogs and penises. The next scene is Denise and Aaron, and they pull up on a motorcycle, and they are at this beautiful location in Malibu, and I believe this is where they are going to have the wedding. So this house or this venue is called Cypress Sea Cove. It's right on the edge of the ocean, and it's very, very pretty. Oh, side note, we have dueling Mikeys in Beverly Hills now because Denise's assistant is also named Mikey, and he's there too. To the confession cam, Denise is talking about how this marriage, she's pulling this off in just a couple days, and she is talking about her first marriage to Charlie Sheen, and she said, the first time around, they had everything right. She was wearing an Armani dress, and it was like the perfect Hollywood wedding and, hugely expensive affair. And she said, yeah, the wedding was much better than the marriage. That's how it goes sometimes. Back to the girls who are shopping. They're reminiscing about their weddings, and they're of course wondering how Denise is going to pull this off in just 2 days. And Teddy said, Edwin and I just had family at our wedding, but it still was like 6 months of planning. And then we see a little picture of their wedding. That was 2011. And then Dorit talks about her wedding. And she said, PK and I were living in California. And we were getting married in New York City. And our wedding planner lived in London. It was so stressful. And then we see pictures of their wedding. That was only 2015. They've only been married for 4 years. I didn't know that. Jagger was at the wedding, so he came first. I guess I just thought they had been married for a while. So Kyle has told them that she can't go because she has to go to that agency party. And Kyle is reminding Teddy and Dorit that they are going to be seeing Lisa Vanderpump at the wedding. Teddy doesn't think it's going to be any big issue because she said we can coexist and be in the same room with each other, and it's not going to bother her that Lisa's there. And she's like, it's a wedding. Nobody's going to start a fight at a wedding. And the other girls are looking at her like, okay, yeah. Next thing you know, someone's in the ocean. Next, we are in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania with Lisa Rinna, who is working like a dog as usual, and she goes, I guess, every month to do QVC. So Rinna sits down to call Denise Richards on the phone and tell her that as busy as she is, she will make it home in time to go to the wedding. So she's looking forward to it. And then Lisa Rinna goes down memory lane with her wedding to Harry Hamlin. And that was just at their house, I think she said, and all like candlelit or whatever. And it's funny, the weddings that were small are still together. Oh no, Dorit and PK, but we'll see. No. I don't wish bad on anybody or anybody's marriage. And for whatever trouble those two may or may not be in financially or otherwise, they do seem to stick together with each other. They they have each other's back, so that's good, right? Okay, the next scene is so over the top. Lisa Vanderpump and Ken go into this showroom and she wants a new kitchen. Now, this is kind of interesting to me because just yesterday when I was watching Vanderpump Rules, there was a scene with Lisa in the kitchen and it was with James and Max and she was talking to them. And I remember thinking, that kitchen is weird the way it's set up. It almost looked like a commercial kitchen where there's like separate, I don't know, like aisles of stainless steel and you're in one row and then you can walk down another row and another. It was a kind of an odd setup. Anyway, she hates her kitchen because it's dark and depressing to her. And she wants this new, light, bright, beautiful kitchen. And she doesn't care if it costs $300,000. Oh my God. And Ken's like, well, I have to see if I can afford it. No, you don't, Ken. You don't have to see if you can afford it. Your wife can afford it. You can afford it. You guys are swimming in money. As crazy as that sounds like the price of a house to me. It kind of doesn't sound crazy because it just seems like right on par with their life. The whole thing was just ridiculous. And then Ken's like, if I say yes, will you leave with a smile on your face? And she's like, okay. The obnoxious part of this is how they're acting like it's Ken's money. And Lisa has to ask Daddy if it's okay. Stop that. What the hell? I mean, this is Real Housewives of Jersey stuff here. So knock it off. Lisa, you want a new kitchen? Get a new kitchen. Daddy doesn't even have to come with. Okay, so back to Denise. We are at her house now, and a friend of Aaron's is going to be the officiant for the wedding, and they're talking with him about things that they want. She wants a candle in honor of her mom, and they talked about guests, and I don't know if Charlie Sheen is coming or not, but Denise did say in the confessional that I just invite Charlie to everything that involved the girls and me. So, yeah, he's invited. And if he brings a prostitute as his date, so be it. I love it. I love her attitude. She just seems so chill. It's inspiring. Also, Aaron gave the girls little necklaces, which I thought was sweet. Okay, it is the day of the wedding now, and Denise and her daughters are getting their hair and makeup done, and she's getting a little bit nervous now. She's like, I'm afraid no one's going to show up because nothing could be confirmed, you know. But we do see the flowers being delivered and they look beautiful. And there is a giant infinity sign made out of like red and pink roses. Then we cut over to Erica showing up at Rinna's to pick up Rinna for the wedding. And Erica is wearing a Lisa Rinna jumper. And Lisa's like, oh my God. But it just seemed like a weird time to wear a QVC jumper. Like, Erica Jane, come on. Her justification is that, I don't want to show up the bride. Well, okay, but you don't have to wear QVC, right? It looks fine. She looks fine. It's a little casual. I bet you Lisa Rinna inside is thinking, really? Well, everybody is showing up for the wedding. The wedding is supposed to start at 2:00. And so, like, the first people there are Teddy and Edwin at like 1:45. And then everybody else is arriving. Camille and her fiance, Dorit and PK, Lisa Vanderpump and Ken arrive, and Rinna and Erica. So everybody's there except for the bride. We now flash over to Denise, who is still at home in sweatpants at 2:00. She's talking to her dad, and she said, you know, I wanted to talk to you. I'm not going to have you walk me down the aisle because I just feel like I am the oldest bride in Los Angeles. So I was just going to walk down with the girls and Aaron, if that's okay with you. I was going to have you light a candle for Mom. Would that be all right? And he's like, oh, yeah, that's fine. And he said, what time is the wedding? And she said, 2. And it's 2:00 right then. And she's like, oh, yeah, I better get dressed. So, yeah, I mean, it's great to be chill, but maybe she's too chill. It looks like a little bit of a cloudy day, but I think it might be warm because Teddy is like saying to Edwin, are you hot? Take your jacket off then. And so I think people are starting to get uncomfortable. Also, people have to leave early. Teddy and Edwin have someplace they have to be. They have to leave at 4:00. Erica Jane said she had to leave at 4:00. So hopefully they don't actually miss the wedding. It's getting a little tense. Oh my God, over at Denise's, it's 2:30. She's still in her sweatpants and her dress just got delivered a half hour after the wedding was to begin. And she is cool as a cucumber. Oh yeah, hi, great, come on in. Aaron's in the shower. I am way too uptight to be able to go through something like this and be as cool as she is. I would be so stressed out. Like if my dress wasn't there, I would be in full on panic mode. Oh, okay, her dress is adorable. It is like a little strapless white lace romper. And then it has this sheer skirt that goes over it and it's really cute. But they're late. Thank God her house is only 5 minutes from the venue. So back over at the venue, Rebecca Romaine and Jerry O'Connell show up, and it says that they are Denise's friends. But this is so funny to me because you guys watch What Happens Live too, I assume, like I do. And you know that both of them are like Bravo super fans and Housewives super fans. Jerry had that like man show where the guys would talk about the Housewives shows. So I would imagine to them, this would be kind of funny. I don't know, they're celebrities, maybe not, but I do think this would be kind of funny to actually be on an episode, you know? The guests are all now starting to talk about the time. Dorit was very catty in her confessional because she was standing there when Teddy's like, what time was the wedding? Wasn't it supposed to be 2? And Dorit's like, oh no, the time is on Teddy's radar now. Denise, don't be late. But Denise is late because it is now 3:00. She's still at home getting her legs all lotioned up or whatever. I don't know what's happening. She's standing there. Her daughter, Sammy, is like, Mom, I can't, do you have any other shoes? I can't walk in these. And Denise is like, I do not. Those are Louboutins. Just figure it out. And this kid can't walk. And she's like, can I wear my sneakers? Denise is like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. So she is hobbling back to her room to put sneakers on. Back at the venue, Bravo is throwing shade by having the Chiron say 3:01, 1 hour and 1 minute late to the ceremony. God. Okay, Erica. And they have asked people to sit down now. The problem is the sun has come out and it is just beating down on people where the seats are. There's no shade. And so people are just fanning themselves and they're like, Teddy's like, is anyone else sweating through their clothes? And Rinna's like, I am. Erica Jane, I'm hot and I'm mad. To the confession cam, she's like, I am Les Mis. My hair is on fire. This poly span jumper is gonna combust. That's why you don't wear QVC. Okay, so it's about 3:30, hour and a half late, and they're there, and thankfully nothing like has to be done once they get there, but to just walk down the aisle. So the older girls go first, Sammy and Lola, and they're going down to, is it like Paco Bell's Canon in D? This is so bad, but like that was played at my wedding. So I feel like I should know, but I think that's what it is. And then when Denise and Aaron and Eloise go down together, it's some, I don't know, heavy metal, but like I guess it's a heavy metal song. It sounds kind of generic though. Anyway, the ladies are like, what the heck is this? So who cares? Like, does anybody expect Denise to not be like different or unique? I didn't love it only because I'm not like into heavy metal. If it was like punk or new wave, that would be like more my style, but it was fine. So now they're doing their wedding vows and there's a paparazzi helicopter above. And then you can see like another like paparazzi guy up on a hill and stuff. So again, it's a little different than it was at Danielle Staub's wedding. But yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of comes with the territory when you're in Malibu. And then we cut to Ken, who appears to be asleep. This is not the first time we've seen Ken asleep. As I recall, he was asleep at Kyle's barbecue. So now I'm wondering if Ken is on some kind of medication. Does anybody know? Okay, so the wedding's over. It's 4:20, and Teddy and Erica are late for where they were going to go because they were supposed to leave at 4, and so they just kind of ducked out. Then we see this guy, Patrick Muldoon. I guess he was on Days of Our Lives with Lisa Rinna. Anyway, the story goes that he was shagging both Lisa and Denise at the same time back in the day. And of course, Vanderpump asked him who was better. And he was fairly diplomatic by saying it was so long ago that he didn't remember. So the wedding ends. The rest of the ladies had to leave too. And I don't know, it's a little weird. Dorit seemed to think that she and Vanderpump have moved past everything. And she's not going to get an apology from Lisa Vanderpump, but that's fine. She's just going to try and find a way to move past it, and she wants to move past it. So they were very cordial to each other. Everybody, all the ladies were. I mean, even Teddy and Vanderpump were cordial to one another, and, you know, the double kisses and all that, hello and goodbye. But Vanderpump then said it was a wedding, so, you know, I'm not going to start anything, but I believe that they owe me an apology. And if they're not going to give me one, so be it. So Vanderpump's waiting for an apology. Dorit's waiting for an apology. I'm sure Teddy's waiting for an apology. And no apologies are coming. So we are either gonna just move past it without apologies, or Doggate is gonna continue on. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, I want the full transcript. I would like to just know. I hate leaving things unresolved like that, but I guess I'm pretty ready to move on. I know some of you guys have also voiced your desire to move on as well. I know you guys are over it. So yeah, maybe we're moving on. Okay, well, spoke too soon, because when we came back from the commercial break, we are at PK and Dorit's house, and Dorit's sitting on a chair in their bedroom. PK's brushing his teeth. Thanks for showing us that, bravo. And she's like, PK, I need to talk to you for like 1 hour. And I need to talk to you about payables. I know you've been busy and traveling, and so have I, and I just need 1 hour of your attention. And he's like, all right, I'm here. And so he goes in the bathroom to put his toothbrush away, and you hear blink, and she's like, oh my God, PK. And he goes, what? And she's like, oh my God. And he goes, what? There's an article that says, stabbed in the back, Lisa extra hurt by longtime friend Dorit over abandoned dog. And then it says, blonde beauty dumped pup she adopted from Vanderpump Pets at animal shelter. Okay, side note, who gets an alarm on their phone from Radar Online? Oh God, she's still reading it in her confessional. She's reading, Dorit apologized to Lisa and said she was ashamed to bring it back to Vanderpump Dogs, and so she dropped it off at a shelter, a friend said. And Dorit's like, that is so untrue. Well, yeah, of course it is, because it's Radar Online. There's got to be so much false information out there about you guys that I would think you would know which publications to ignore. But no, she gets a text alert. Bizarre. So as Dorit is reading further and further into this article to PK, she's getting really upset. It's the perception out there. People are going to think that I mistreat dogs. And PK's like, but you don't. We know that. And she's like, I know that, PK. But it's the perception. People will believe what they're reading. Then she goes on to say it says something about it being a Chihuahua mix. And she goes, nobody knew it was a Chihuahua mix except Lisa and her team. PK, well, she's just made a mistake. And Dorit goes, so you think this was Lisa? PK, well, I mean, who else is it unless it's from the planet Zod? Okay. Okay. His reaction is weird, especially if he's so convinced it's Lisa. Why are you so cavalier about it? Also, the article used the phrase that the dog nipped at the kids. And so Dorit said, when I called Lisa the day after and told her what happened, she said, well, so the dog nipped at the kids. I mean, that will happen. And she used that word nipped, and I would never use that word. PK goes, well, no, yeah, that's an English word. Maybe it is an English word, but I've used the word nip too, especially with puppies, because that's what puppies do. Puppies do kind of nip because they mouth everything. And I'm not English, but I would have used that word too. So, this is not exactly an open and shut case here because the word nip is only used by someone from Great Britain. Anyway, PK just thinks that it for sure came from Lisa. Dorit is saying, oh my gosh, we just came from Denise's wedding and everything was all good. And PK's like, well, I don't know what's in her head. Maybe she thought, well, I did this and now I'm over it. Maybe she forgot she had put this article out. Okay. He's like, either Lisa did it or she's got some overzealous employees who think that they are speaking on her behalf. Dorit, no way. Don't believe it for a second. Lisa has full control over her Vanderpuppets. Yeah. So PK said, well, you should have it out with Lisa. To the confession cam, Dorit's like, this is a whole other layer of betrayal. I don't know where to go with my friendship with Lisa after this. It ends with PK saying, Lisa must know that the truth is gonna come out. Yeah, so okay, guys, I was wrong. We're not over Doggate. I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know where it can go. Honestly, I don't know who I believe. It is so bizarre, and we don't have enough information. That's the problem. Because I don't take any of these women at their word. Not even Teddy. I now don't really believe anybody. I don't know. All I know is that is where this episode ends. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you haven't yet, maybe consider subscribing to Jill Informed. If you liked this episode, please give it a thumbs up and don't be shy. Leave a comment. I love to hear from you guys. I love to know what you're thinking. I learn from you. You make me laugh. Communication is awesome. And so yeah, leave a comment. All right, I'll be back next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central Time. I hope you'll be there too for the next recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Bye-bye.